The Office of Planning, Research, and Evaluation within the Federal Administration for Children and Families has begun planning for a proposed 2019 National Survey of Early Care and Education. The 2019 NSECE would follow the approach used in 2012 to update the information available about the state of the field of early care and education. Prior to 2012, there had been no nationally representative information about the availability and use of early care and education, or ECE, in over 20 years. This meant that there was no source for comprehensive national data to answer questions such as, how do families combine different types of ECE for their children, such as center-based and home-based care, or paid and unpaid care? How many centers and home-based providers are there, and what kind of care do they provide? How many people work as instructional staff in centers, and what are their characteristics? How many home-based providers are there and what types of services do they offer? How do families search for ECE? And how well does the supply of ECE meet the needs of nearby households? The proposed 2019 NSECE would collect information that could be compared with 2012 data to better understand the changing landscape of child care and early education programs during that 7-year period. Developments in the field since 2012 include the reauthorization of the Child Care and Development Block Grant Act, revised Head Start performance standards, significant growth in public pre-K and expansion of quality ratings and improvement systems, and race to the top implementation. The 2019 NSECE is designed to build on information gathered in 2012, answering key research questions like, how have parental schedules, parental preferences, and costs for different types of care changed since 2012? How does the availability and characteristics of early care and education providers compare to what was observed in 2012? What are the characteristics of the ECE workforce in 2019? The Office of Planning, Research, and Evaluation within the Federal Administration for Children and Families has contracted with NORC at the University of Chicago to plan and prepare for a 2019 NSECE. NORC is working with partner organizations including Chapin Hall at the University of Chicago and Child Trends. The 2019 NSECE data would follow a similar design and scope as 2012, including data collected in all 50 states and the District of Columbia, a focus on place-based aspects of ECE by surveying providers in the same geographic areas, a comprehensive portrait of the ECE workforce by examining teachers and caregivers in different roles, and oversampling of low-income households and providers located near those households. The 2019 NSECE design includes 5 sample groups from the 2012 study. The first group is households who have children under age 13. The respondent would be a parent or guardian. We hope to complete 10,000 surveys. The second group is unlisted home-based providers who care for children under age 13 who are not their own. The respondent would be a person in the household who provides this type of care. We hope to complete 2,000 of these interviews. The third group is listed home-based providers who are serving children under age 13. The respondent would be the owner. Although other paid staff would not be interviewed in this survey, they could be counted in the data. We hope to complete a total of 4,000 interviews with the home-based providers. The fourth group is center-based providers serving children aged birth to 5 who are not yet in kindergarten. The design calls for 7,800 completed interviews with potential respondents such as directors in standalone preschools, early childhood coordinators in multi-use facilities, and pre-K lead teachers in elementary schools. The fifth group is instructional staff members from the center-based providers. The design calls for 5,600 completed interviews from the ECE instructional workforce. Data collection for all provider sample groups would be by web, phone, or in person. Household surveys would be administered by an interviewer either in person or by phone. Household home-based provider and ECE workforce surveys would also be available in Spanish. Proposed questionnaires have similar content to the 2012 to allow for comparability of data to measure change. Preparation for the proposed 2019 NSECE is underway. The design of questionnaire and sample are nearing completion. Spring and summer 2018 will include sample frame building and sample selection. Data collection is proposed to begin in January 2019. The first analytic results will be available in March 2020 with public use data files available starting in October 2020. You can find more information about the proposed 2019 NSECE by going to the following website to listen to a pre-recorded webinar.